look at extending or continuing the public hearing until June 13th. So I will declare the public hearing open. Is there anyone here? I don't have forums again. Is there anyone here to speak in regards to this? Okay.
I have spoken before.
Yes.
So I don't know if there's a reason for me to do it again.
You're welcome to if you'd like to. If you want to.
We just want it cleared up before that. It's on the record for the planning commission, and I don't really know.
Okay.
We're not opposed to it being.
Rezoned.
We don't know if we're opposed, I guess, because we've never had any background
Okay.
to tell us. So if it's going to continue, I can only do it the next one, or I can do it now if you prefer it. I can do it later.
We can certainly get with you and answer your questions. I'm happy to. Hopefully we can answer everything that you need. I think we're pretty close.
Your Honor, seeing no additional request to comment this evening, I would move, we just continue this date, move to continue this public hearing until Tuesday, June 13, 2017.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. We will continue that in June. That brings us to our citizen comment period. Again, I don't have any forms for anyone that's here to speak. Was there anyone that wanted to address the council? We do have somebody. If you'd state your name and address for the record.
Sure. Sorry for my tired. I'm headed to Washington right now. I just got by on my way up. Darren Watson from Syracuse, Utah. I own all of this fireworks, and we've been working with the Davis School District over the last couple of years in helping them fundraise funds for a couple of different sections. We pay a rent to the district, which helps maintain the parking lots. The facilities maintenance department gets $2,000 for the school. We set up our tents on fireworks companies. And then anything over $20,000 we donate to the school, specifically at the same percentage. And so my request, I started working with the city a little bit since last October, just having discussions. And the discussions are, we'd love to be at Clearfield High School, and we'd love to be at North Davis Junior High. But the zoning requirements state that they're residential properties, and because they're residential, you cannot sell fireworks. Several cities have similar things in place. There's wisdom to not really residential property, not fireworks sold on them, but the school is kind of not really residential. And so the city of Lakeland, the city of Bountiful, the city of Farmington, various cities have allowed us to be able to still use the school property. So we've been asking Clearfield City to consider the same and let us, so the band at Clearfield High School would like to do a fundraiser there for a program they have. They want to raise $20,000 to do a trip. And they're using other forms, but they stand up and make $3,000 to $5,000 for them to be able to do that. So not only does the school district get their $2,000, but the actual people running it might have just $3,000, but a program like that could go $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. So it was suggested to me that I come before the city to just open up the discussion, let you kind of hear and ask me questions. But at the end of the day, we would love to be able to set up a fireworks tents and both at Clearfield High and like this.
Okay. Council, any questions for him? We'll get with staff and discuss it and look at the feasibility.
Okay. As can I add a few more things to consider? I live in Syracuse. We're a local business. I run 40 tents throughout Utah. Go as far as Payson, Vernal, Tooele, Cache Valley. I believe, to my knowledge, I'm the largest independent fireworks distributor. And Davis County is my home, so that's why I chose to work with Davis County School District to run this program. But if you're helping local business, and it's very difficult for the local guy to find good locations because the nationwide distributors have a strong monopoly on the Walmarts and any big box store. So I just fight hard every year to try to find places, and I came up with schools. It was embraced by the school district, but now it's my job to see what cities will help out. And East Orange will be grateful for what I am.
Well, fantastic. Well, appreciate it, Theron. We will We'll get back with you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Are there any other comments tonight? Okay, then we will move forward. The next item on our agenda is to consider approval of ordinance 2017-08, authorizing the rezone of property located at 823 West, 1600 South from C2 commercial to R3 residential multifamily. This is the property that Spencer already just covered for us in our public hearing. Council, any comments or concerns? Questions? Seeing none, I'd entertain a motion on that.
And I'll move to approve ordinance 2017-08, authorizing rezone of property located at 823 West, 1600 South from C2 to R3 residential, and authorize your signature to any necessary documents.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, Councilmember Young, how say you?
Aye.
Councilmember Roper?
Aye.
Councilmember Bush?
Aye.
Councilmember Phipps?
Aye.
Councilmember Peterson?
Aye.
That is unanimous. So item number 6, to consider approval of the final plat for the Dawson subdivision located at 171 West, 200 South. And we'll wait, for a moment. And Spencer has a wonderful presentation that he's waiting to give to us.
Anxiously awaiting, absolutely.
Spencer, we'll turn the time over to you.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. So the request this evening, final subdivision plat 1612-0003, is a request by Mike Dawson of Dawson Homes for consolidation of two parcels over off of 200 South. Mike is the owner and operator of Dawson Homes, located at 200 South, 171 West, and is currently looking to expand his operation, improve on his building and his site there. In order to do so, he needs some additional property, and so he is proposed to consolidate the two parcels outlined in this graphic here, which would give him about 2 acres of land thereon to expand his building and do those sorts of things consistent with design standards and the requirements of the code. Dawson Homes has been in the city for some time, and this would be a great addition based on the proposal by Mr. Dawson for the consolidation of these properties. The Planning Commission at their meeting, well, we'll show you the pictures real quick. Again, he's proposing to increase the look and feel of this building. This is not in line with what the subdivision requires, but I think it's good for you as the council and the public to see what Mr. Dawson intends and what's been approved for development on this site, so as well as some additional storage buildings. So the property would be just over 2 acres, and again, the CUP and SP that's been approved by the city is contingent on the completion of this subdivision plat and the consolidation of these two parcels. And so staff has reviewed this. The Planning Commission approved the preliminary subdivision plat at their meeting earlier this month and recommended approval of the final subdivision plat to the council. One of the items that did want to bring to your attention and the attention of this discussion and this today is that staff has recommended a deferral agreement for the installation of improvements along the property. We discussed this at the Planning Commission meeting, and there was a discussion of what's the time frame of that, and council informed us that that is an agreement that runs with the property, and there is no time limit to it. So, so that's one of the items that has been discussed and recommended for approval as a part of the approval of this final subdivision plat.
Okay, thank you, Spencer. Council, any questions? I know we discussed this in our work session, but any questions have come up for Spencer?
Your Honor, I move to approve the final plat for the Dawson subdivision located at 171 West 200 South, contingent upon execution of a deferral agreement, and authorize your signature to any necessary documents.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Not all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that is unanimous. Brings us to item number 7, which is to consider approval of ordinance 2017-09, amending City Code Title 1, Chapter 7, Section 2, Campaign Financial Disclosure Requirements. Thank you. I can read. Nancy, it's up to you. Okay. Council, any questions for Nancy? I just wanted to see if she'd come back. If not, I'd entertain a motion.
Your Honor, I move to approve ordinance 2017-09, amending City Code Title I, Chapter 7, Section 2, campaign financial disclosure requirements, and authorize your signature to any necessary document.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Councilmember Phipps?
Aye.
Councilmember Roper?
Aye.
Councilmember Peterson?
Aye.
Councilmember Bush?
Aye.
Councilmember Young?
Aye.
Okay, that is unanimous. That brings us down to communication items. Nice to be back in town. Thank you for allowing me to leave for the week and have some time in D.C. It was hot. It was very hot. It was 94 degrees and humid. Made me really, really anxious to get back home. But very good trip. Did have a chance to sit down with.
Yeah, we had snow last week.
Yeah, and you had
there.
snow. I had 94 degrees. It was. We got the humidity, just not the.
Fair trade-off.
That was nice. I came home to a mild 70, so it was like just a nice middle ground. Did get to sit down with Senator Hatch and Senator Lee and Congressman Bishop. Had some good discussions with them, so things are positive. There was a note that came out. I'm headed back, of course, to with the National League of Cities for leadership, Military Communities Council, and the other committee that I sit on. We received notice today that I think it was yesterday, that President Trump sent out his proposed budget. They're just the bullet points of his budget. In those is a BRAC recommendation for 2021. So they've set a date that it will likely be held to. Congress may push that up. We may see that come sooner than later. But now there's kind of at least a finite date that the president's pushing for. So we'll see things kick into high gear as Utah Defense Alliance takes that into consideration and starts pushing for Hill. We're pretty safe. They've told us for years that we're safe, but just the thought of a BRAC leaves us a little nervous, leaves everybody in the nation nervous. So anyhow, that is all I have. I will be out of town that week of June, or well, a couple of days, the 19th through the 21st, which somehow we scheduled that joint meeting with the Planning Commission that we canceled the last time. We scheduled it at the exact same time that I'm gone again. So Nancy's got great timing there. That is all I had. Councilmember Young.
Nothing this evening, Your Honor.
Councilmember Bush.
Yesterday, I attended the Small Business Association Awards presentation down at Building D5, where they gave an award to Instafire that's been incubating in D5 for the past little while. The starters of that business, they went on Shark Tank. I don't know what it was, but they got some help from Mark Cuban and Lori, I don't know what her name is, I don't watch that show, but anyway, those two have given them some help. They are going international. They've got international patents. They're going international with their product, and their goal is to have more products than just the charcoal starter and the fire starter. They're producing a stove. They're producing a lighter that is lasered, so they had it there. You just stick that in this stuff and it starts up. It will be charged like your computer with an SB port.
Awesome.
So you can take it camping, and it's waterproof and all that stuff. They're doing a lot of things. They need to be out of that building within a year, because that's DATC, and then once the business gets going, then they want them to find their own. So they're looking for about 25,000 square feet of space to use. So we need to see if there's a place so that they don't leave. I said, what about some other place in Freeport? And they said, we'd like a building that doesn't have a post every 20 feet, because that kind of gets in our way, and those buildings down there are built that way. So anyway, it was a nice event, and they are gung-ho company, and we need to see what we can do to help them out. They were at our 4th of July last year, if you remember.
They were at the safety fair too
With
as well.
the fire starter stuff you can just
Yep.
light in your hand. What it is, it's perlite rock that they crush up, and then they have a bunch of different oils that they soak it in, and that's what lights it. And the charcoal lighter, they put wood in, hickory or oak or whatever, so you can get the smell of that for your food. But it's stuff that it's going to be around because they're getting it out of Malad, and there's a whole big mountain of perlite, and they've got it lights, and you can put it out just like that. So anyway, we need to see what we can do to help them.
Fantastic. Okay.
That's all I have.
Councilmember Peterson.
I wanted to, we just wrapped up Police Appreciation Week, but just recognize one of the officers in our department, Officer Swenson. I was contacted by a resident. She has 3 older children that were in a wreck in Clearfield on Saturday. Their kids were hit by another driver pretty severely, and that's every parent's worst fear on that. But they made a point to call and just tell them how much they appreciated Officer Swenson. One of the driver of the car, I guess, has severe anxiety, and as soon as he was hit, even though he was not at fault, his immediate thought was, "I'm going to jail," and started a full panic attack, and was, and it was just already, it's a really bad day at that point, and they said over and over, "We need more officers like this one. That's exactly what we need." It calmed everyone down. We got through the mechanics of it. It made a really unpleasant experience so much better and ratcheted everything down. They just said that's, to have a first interaction with police go so well in a high-stress environment, they were just blown away by that. So they asked if we would relay that, just their appreciation of just something as routine as an accident response, made a huge difference to them. So really
I
that.
assume this was younger Officer Swenson?
Yes, younger. Yes, that's true.
That is the second
Youngest.
commendation we've received for him today. We received another one this afternoon, an email from a resident that had their items recovered, so
Yeah. So.
don't let him get a big head.
Or go anywhere.
Yeah.
Councilmember Roper.
I also wanted to, in light of our National Police Week, thank our police department. They really do a good job. But I also had a great opportunity to ride along with North Davis Fire District, and they do a superb job. I only went on one call, but I spent a lot of time getting to know those guys. But recently they also went and took a cat out of someone's engine, and they said that was a first for them, but it actually was a neighbor of mine. But they went above and beyond the call of duty and actually helped her fix her car and put the belt back on. So we have great first responders in our city, so thank you.
Thank you. And Councilmember Phipps.
Nothing tonight.
I did fail to mention that tomorrow morning is the Clearfield High Awards ceremony where we'll give out our scholarship. I'd love to tell you who won it, but it's a secret until tomorrow morning, so, and because I can't remember.
No, I was just trying to remember.
And then next Monday, we have our first annual, hopefully be annual, Memorial Day celebration or commemoration at the cemetery. So 9 a.m. at the cemetery. Colonel Hammerstedt, the base commander, will be coming to speak. Staff reports. Nothing from Adam? Nancy?
Just an update on our schedule. So we have the neighborhood open house next week at Wasatch Elementary, where UDOT will be joining us to talk about their 700 South project coming up. Right now we don't have anything scheduled for June 6th, but we'll let you know that could still change. Got regular work and policy on June 13th. Joint meeting with the Planning Commission scheduled for June 20th at 6. And then again, policy session on the 27th with work and policy.
Okay. Very good. Any other staff reports? Okay. UTA is meeting tomorrow, just so you're aware, to make their decision. We're hoping for a favorable outcome. We're expecting a favorable outcome. Cross our fingers. Yeah, seeing nothing else, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We stand adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
I'm trying to close this window with my mouse.